What it do? You back with Ericson Presents Mixing Tutorials. Before I do my tutorial, I kind of want to give a quick little update. What's going on with this light? I'll figure it out later. I want to do a quick little update for the lab. So, as you can see, we have some Rokit 8s here now, some KRKs. I did just let a can't even talk. I let a roommate move in, and he does music too. So he brought his speakers to add to the lab, which they actually sound pretty good. I actually would probably take the Rokits over the Atom Audios. Yeah, I probably would. Anyways, what I want to talk about before I get into the tutorial is the SonarWorks 4 software. Because there's a window there, the balance is off. So even if you set the back of the speakers to the same volume, you're going to have one side that's louder than the other because of the window being there. Now, you have one of two choices. You can use a sound meter and set the volumes of the speakers to pink noise, which can get it even, or you can just use SonarWorks 4, and that's what I used. What I noticed is I had a hard left sound coming. I didn't even recognize it until I turned the plug-in on, and then it corrected itself, and it was coming straight down the middle, and all of the mids and everything popped out. So yeah, SonarWorks 4, if you haven't got that yet, you should probably get it, because that window right there is a prime example of something that I can't really work around. Like, I have to work through it, like literally. So anyhow, yeah, so that's the way the setup is now. And because my listening position is so close to the CLA 10s, because they're actually wider, I would have to sit further back. And then the Atom Audios are actually closer, so I would have to move forward. But on the SonarWorks 4 plugin, you can set where your listening position is, and you can tell it that you're not centered. So it will still correct it for your listening position. That's pretty dope. So you don't actually have to have the perfect triangle, as long as your listening position is where you do your calibration. So I don't know how they're doing it. They're figuring out the EQ curve, but when I turn the correction on, it works with the panning and all that stuff. The CLA 10s, when I do turn the correction on, I actually hear no correction. Like, they're pretty much the same sound. So that's letting me know that because those CLA 10s are in front of the sound absorbing material, it's probably doing its job very well. So anyhow, all right, let's just go ahead and jump into the computer. And so you can check out this review I'm getting ready to do, and you can hear how these vocals are sounding super chunky in this room. All right, now we jumping into my computer, and we are going to get started. I am going to do this tutorial on Gullfoss or Gullfoss, however you say it. I've done a 2-week tutorial on it, or not 2-week tutorial, 2-week trial. There you go, 14-day trial. I've been using it. It works pretty darn well. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but I am gonna show you how it works. So let's see, let me find a source that I want to put it on. Let's go to the instruments. You guys have already heard this this beat. Okay, so all right, so I'll just go over the quick user functions of this plugin. If you've seen this video, if you're at this video, you've probably already seen other videos on it, but if this is your first time, then you're welcome. So there's recovery, tame, bias, brighten, boost, and bypass. That's it. That's all the controls of this plugin. So basically what recovery does is it just adds things. It just adds things. Tame, just think of that as taking away things or compressing things. I wouldn't say taking away. It's just controlling. There we go. So compression. Bias is telling the plugin which one to favor, because you can use both of these at the same time. So if I turn it positive, then it's going to favor recovery. If I turn it negative, it's going to favor tame. And these go all the way down to 0. Brighten is obviously, that's going to brighten up the sound, and that's going to take away brightness from the sound. Boost is simply bass. That's the low end, but it does everything in a very intelligent way, and it's a smart EQ. So it's constantly, at every second that you're giving it signal, it's constantly making changes, and you'll see that as I put this on this source. So let's check it out. As you can see, it's doing nothing right now because these are set to 0. So let's recover. Let's add something to the sound. It would help if I turned the plug-in on, right? Yeah. All right, let's try it again. Take recovery away. Now add a little bit. You can tame it. Now the bias, I want it to be more, I want it to favor the recovery. So we're gonna go positive. I want to brighten the signal up. Now remember, every time it hears something, it's making a decision based on my settings to the signal that it's hearing. And I want a bass boost. I want the low end to be felt a little more. Now, this might not sound like I did a lot, but if I hit this bypass button, we should hear a difference. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's try another source. Let's see. Let's try the brass. This brass section. Actually, I'm gonna just drag a new instance of this because I don't even want to see what I did before. I made this brass one day with my mouse and clicking because I wanted some brass, but I did not have my board hooked up that day. All right, here we go. I mean, that's just without it. All right, so let's see. Let's add some artifacts to it. That's what I call it. All right. Not bad. Let's tame it a little bit. Uh-oh, somebody trying to call me. I don't know what that is. Hold on. We're just going to decline that call for now. I apologize, y'all. The calls do come to my computer. All right, let's go. And let's make the bias favor the taming. All right, let's bypass that and see what we got. All right, let's see what happens if I brighten it up. All right, let's see if I add some bass elements to that. Let's see how that sounds. Hopefully it sounds nice and full. That's what I'm going for. I mean, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, So, all right, let's try it on another source. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward tutorial. Let's do it on the rhythm section. The rhythm section. That one, solo that. I like what it can do to some drums. Now, mind you, you can do it. Oh, I'm hitting stuff. My bad. You can do it individually on individual tracks, or you can put it on buses. You can even put it on a master bus. We're gonna do all that. So let's just check this out. All right. So I'm thinking we should tame this a little bit. Let's add to it, see what it can pull out. Brighten it up a little bit. Let's favor the taming. What that low end gonna do if we boost it? Those drums do sound a little bigger. Let's take the, let's say if we had too much bass. Oh. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, that's on that source. Okay, vocals. So, let's try it on the vocals. So what I had in the vocals before, now this is just, this is dope because the room is different now. The booth is more treated. Before I wasn't going as heavy on the treatment in the booth, but all of the phone that was on the walls in the control room, I put all of that in the booth, and it is definitely a lot tighter. With the quality of the vocals, when I'm not speaking, it's dead silent. Like, it's great. When you walk in, the air pressure drops. It's pretty awesome. All right. So I recorded these vocals, I think, in this room, I want to say maybe 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I don't know. This is a pretty old song. I just keep going back to it because I just like it. Maybe I'll mix it and put it out. I don't know. So I gives a fuck what they say. That was the booth. They don't know what I do. I think it's possible that these vocals aren't 100% dry, or maybe it is. Maybe I can't pull anything else off of them. It's possible, but those are what the vocals sound like before. I gives a fuck what they say. And then I actually went in there and tried to re-sing this. Mind you, I couldn't remember the lyrics for anything, but I was killing it. I gives a fuck what they say. So, well, clearly, there's auto-tune on this one. I gives a fuck what they say. So there obviously is more processing on it that I can't even find. But that's all right. So anyways, this is the new vocals coming from the new booth, which I think is pretty cool. All right. I don't care what they... So we're going to use this on a vocal. This is the little thing that I came up with. I don't care what they talking about. Them foes is fake. They know nothing about me. I don't care what they talking about. Them foes is fake. They know nothing about me. I gives a fuck what they say. That's just this plugin by itself. They don't know what I do. If they only knew. All right. And I think I edit this one. Oh, so this is pretty dope. Like, you can also use this plugin as a de-esser. So this line is normally over here. So I just drag it over, and so I can take care of those harsh tones. So I only just turned up the tame, so it's only taming whatever it needs to tame in this, and this is on right here. I don't care what they talking about. Them foes is fake. They know nothing about me. I gives a fuck what they say. Yeah, so as you can see, it's working as a de-esser in that that aspect. And then I think I just added a compressor just to. I don't care what they talking about. And that was it. And then, I mean, this is like from all the processing I did before. Oh, that part's not even in there. I gives a fuck what they say. And then with this by itself, with those, I gives a fuck what they say. I mean, I can probably go in there and take more out, but it's just to do the tutorial pretty quick. This is what we got. I gives a fuck what they say. They don't know what I do. All I hear is la 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 da da da. I'm messing up the words now. Oh, just shut up. Oh, just shut up. Cause every time I run around, you got something to say. Every time I come around. Dun, 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 what is money? Been me on your way. I was messing them words up. I can do bad on my own. Get up off my phone. Be gone. Be gone. Alright, so what else? Oh, let's put it on. Okay, we're gonna definitely mute that. Okay, so let's put it on the master bus. So this is, yeah, this is. So if you listen to the, I don't know if you got headphones on, if you listen through studio monitors right now, but if you listen to the claps, when it bypass, they're a little bright, they're a little out there. When I turn the bypass on, they kind of tuck in and it get just a little more solid. That's what it off. Listen to the claps. Now, when it's on the master bus, you can overdo it pretty easily. So I would definitely recommend not going too crazy. In a tutorial before, I was using, hold on, where's that? I showed you guys this technique right here. And if you remember, I showed you this because I was saying this is the part that your ears are going to hear the most. So if you can focus in on getting this part to sound well, you're onto something. So what's dope about this plugin is, I think I did it in this one. I created those same boundary points. So this is what, like around 100. This is around 5,000. And then it's only going to affect this area, which is this area. So let's see what happens. I think I just tamed it, yeah. A little bit. Yeah, so I think that this plugin is pretty dope. Definitely worth the time. I actually had a secret weapon that I was waiting to show how I use this secret weapon on my master bus with pink noise, and this pretty much kind of does it, but on steroids. So there's no point of me even showing that secret weapon, because this definitely does it a lot more intelligently than I was doing it. So yeah, that's pretty dope. My thoughts is, if you're gonna use this, you can easily overdo it. Easily. Subtle is your best friend when it comes to using this plugin, unless you're doing something that's pretty much soloed. So if you have a breakdown, like when the brass broke down, if the brass is going to be playing by itself, I would say you can go overboard. But if you have a lot of elements playing together, but you're attacking, one individual sound, then I would say less is more, because if you attack all individual sounds just a little too hard, by the time you get to your finished product, it's going to sound very noisy. That is just the best way I can describe it when I was testing it out. So other than that, I think that you should get it. So I don't really know what else to say. All right. Yeah. All right. I will catch you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.